All right, ladies and gentlemen, thankfully, mercifully, that lobby was quick to get going, which means we've got game number 2 here of UMass versus Purdue. UMass once again. Oh, actually, it looks like they get their full draft time this time around.
Is that supposed to happen? I thought it was for all games. Or it's only for the first game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Every league does it a little bit differently.
Yeah. Maybe for CSL it's just like you it's just on the first game. So if you are like X amount late, you lose the draft time, and if you're X amount late, you lose the first game, default loss, and then it starts penalizing your second game for the draft loss. And if you're not there for that game, you obviously get forfeiting your game. Yeah. Maybe that's how it goes. Nagasarn gets banned by UMass. Very good ban because Purdue has the first pick. I think Nagasarn is you ban it if you are not the first pick, and if you are the first pick, you don't ban it and pick for yourself. If you're a Naga player.
Lycan's not banned.
Lycan is not banned.
He's tough. You don't want to pick him in the first phase, right?
You do. I think.
You do. Okay.
Who counters him, honestly?
Who
counters that hero?
Yeah, I remember seeing him banned in the second phase a lot. I guess that's you risk letting it get through, and if it gets through, and if it doesn't get picked in the first, you better ban it by the second phase.
5 seconds remaining.
So you can kill by here, and let's go with the Shallow Shaman.
Dire team pick.
Picked up
once
here.
again. We're gonna get the Lycan. You think?
Will we? Maybe. I don't think he's like as much of a like. It's way too good of a hero anymore. He's still great. I think he still has like the highest win rate in like pubs in 5k plus. But he obviously was nerfed a little bit in the last patch. And Gyrocopter has really been shining and coming through as another very good position 1 carry. So yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to look up the hero meta right now.
UMass picks up the Ancient Apparition, and this is kind of interesting because, you know, it's obviously your mind goes to Faceless Void, which it's a powerful combination, but Void himself isn't strong enough usually to merit a ban. So it's a tough decision on whether you're gonna let it through or burn a ban on it.
Yeah, very true. Because Void is a very you can counter draft against Void. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's usually worth it unless you really have other heroes you really need to ban. It's very much worth it against an Ancient Apparition. So I did look at the meta right now. Lycan has a 59% win rate in 5k plus, which is crazy.
Where does that put him? Number 1?
Number 1.
Number
2 is Huskar, 57% win rate.
What? When did that start happening?
And then Visage, 57%. So I think it's because Visage and Huskar are very good counter picks against certain teams.
Yeah, and I think that Huskar is Huskar is a sort of a false positive on there because he's only going to get picked when he's got a good lineup and counters someone really well, right? Otherwise, you're never picking him.
I don't think it's necessarily as a false positive as long as you know how to look at these kind of metas. Because Lycan has a 10% pick rate with a 60% win rate, which means he's kind of overpowered. Huskar has a 5% pick rate, which actually is quite high considering the type of hero is, and then got 57% win rate. But like compare it to like Bounty Hunter, who has a 20% win rate with 56%. 20% pick rate with 56% win rate. That means he's getting picked way too often and still winning way too often. So
that is a very large number. I would expect that Huskar pick rate to be lower than it is, but still
be like 2%.
Significant play.
Yeah, should be like 2%, I think. So they're thinking about this. So we might see, as you said, the Void ban. Something that's worth considering. I actually have not seen a Spirit Breaker in a little while.
Team ban.
Purdue bans the Viper. Is that? Do you think? What does that tell you, Golgi? Is Purdue worried about a quick mid-game draft?
Yeah, I suppose that's got to be it, right? Or maybe heroes that has good passives that they don't want to fight against the Viper.
Like Dragon Knight?
Could be another one. Yeah, Dragon Knight. Some can somewhat struggle in the late game. Night Stalker here. I like the Fan Lancer ban. Fan Lancer can wreak havoc against certain teams. And Shadow Shaman and Spirit Breaker, not great heroes against the Fan Lancer either.
Yeah, they can suffer greatly.
Yeah. I think against Fan Lancer, you at least want one support that can clear out illusions. like a Jakiro. Ancient Apparition is also okay, not amazing.
Gyrocopter picked up again.
Looks like Purdue likes this pick a lot.
Radiant team pick.
And then Dragon Knight.
UMass gonna take the Dragonite for themselves, knowing that that Viper's not in the pool. And I mean, Viper doesn't even bully Dragonite that much in the mid, right? Dragonite's still a pretty safe hero.
Yeah, but Shadow Fiend can give Dragon Knight quite a bit of trouble though.
Yes, he can. That Dragon's Blood not gonna help you if you're eating raises.
Exactly. And Dragon Knight is forced to go to melee range, and you know what happens if you go melee range against Shadow Fiend. You either kill Shadow Fiend or Shadow Fiend kills you.
5 seconds remaining.
Because you cannot walk away once you get locked up into the close raise. Because then he'll just mid raise and far raise you.
All right, final ban's coming out. It's gonna be a Doom ban from UMass.
10
Were they
seconds
that
remaining.
worried about that?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're
5 seconds
thinking of their
remaining.
final pick as someone that really want to spam spells. And maybe they're thinking of picking Co-op again. I don't know.
Doom, yeah, and Doom has been seeing some off-lane play, so it's on the table, and they might be worried about. I don't know. They might be getting.
I haven't been terribly impressed with him though. Yeah, I know he gets picked a lot, but yeah, we haven't really seen him do that much work. You and I, at least. And they also have an ancient person who can shut off Doom quite hard. And there's a Kuno Pain ban. I think it's a very good ban because that's the first thing that came to my mind when the Doom ban came out. Like Doom is great against heroes that cast a lot of spells that wants to escape and squishy, and Kuno Pain is all three of those.
And yeah, Dragonite's associated with the mid a lot, but he's still entirely viable in the safe lane.
Yeah, we have seen him at least a few times there in the safe lane. So off-lane pick here for Purdue. What do they want to go with here?
They could actually probably do pretty well with a Enigma or something like that, a big utility.
Ooh, Enigma. Yeah, there's no BKB canceling stuns. That's interesting. I would love to see an Enigma game.
The Burrow Strike could reach, right? He won't.
Yeah, but if you have a BKB, right, you can't do Senki can't do anything. And there's 3 melee heroes as well. Ooh la la. Yeah, Enigma might be a decent pick.
We're gonna go with the Beastmaster.
Safer, less
That's
safer.
kind of it's kind of like a Doom, except instead of dooming you just roar. It's kind of that pick off type skill.
Yeah, and you push incredibly fast as well. Like that's why we kind of I think have our reservations about Doom. Doom is a very one-dimensional hero.
That's true. Yeah, he basically is that Doom and doesn't do a lot outside of it.
Like Beastmaster can roar to help with teamfights, or he can split push. Doom can't really do both. He's good at teamfights only when his ulti is up, and then otherwise he's kind of useless. You know, not that Infernal Blade is a bad spell. That spell is absolutely nuts, but you need a little bit more utility than that in teamfights.
Yeah, and I think with the way that Wild Axes stack damage now, the more you hit them, that'll ramp up over time with Dragonite. Dragonite's typically pretty tanky, will survive for a while, and can sometimes escape because of his tank ability. But as long as he's just throwing the axes on him, I think it could be underestimated how much damage he might take after a few of those stack up.
Yeah, because there's so many sources of damage from Beastmaster, right? Because you got the Necro creeps, obviously, you got your Helmet Dominator creep, and you have your Zoo from your Call of the Wild.
All right, well, UMass is going to use quite a lot of time on this last pick. They need their mid. They want it to... they've already got, I think, a good frontliner in the Dragonite and someone who can hang out under the tower as well as push them.
Yeah, they got frontline up the bum right now. Nice Tucker Sanking Dragon Knight. They got it for days.
So they don't. They're kind of got a little bit too much of that if they go for the Faceless Void, right? Or is it not really an issue to have too much of it? Oh baby.
Nah, I don't think Faceless Void was good because you don't like. They have like no damage during the Faceless Void except the Ancient Apparition. Like Nice Tucker and Dragon Knight can't do anything to help. Only Sanking can really help in the Ancient Apparition. So I think they need more than that. And going so heavy on melee, not a very good idea. So Invoker. Now, I was thinking about like a late game far range hero. I was thinking maybe sniper, but I saw Spirit Breaker in the other team. I'm like, nope, not sniper. And then Invoker, of course, a hard hero to get out of the early game, but if he does, he's incredibly powerful. It does fit into the draft actually, or in the fact that he might struggle in the early game.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be able to definitely put in some mileage here. And now it was something I saw one time in the qualifiers, but I want to see if this is a thing that we start seeing more. The Meteor Hammer on an Invoker in lieu of the Midas. Midas is a lot safer, but the Meteor Hammer has a lot more utility.
Right. Yeah, it's just questionable because as an Invoker, you don't have time to be standing around for 2.5 seconds. That's the biggest problem with Invoker getting it, I think.
Yeah, the only time it's useful is when you have no choice but to stand around because they're cycloned.
Yeah, but as you say, it's good for Invoker in lieu of the Midas because it helps him clear lanes to get farmed. So if you just use it for that objective, it also helps you push towers as well. So if that's what they're thinking about, and they really feel like they need the stats, I think that's also another thing important to think about. Meteor Hammer has really good stats. It's made out of like an Orga Club and a Staff of Wizardry, I believe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because the Midas isn't giving you too much.
No.
It's generally considered like false gold on the net worth because you're not actually that much stronger.
And they, of course, Meme Hammer is like 500 gold more expensive, so that's an interesting thing to think about. And yeah, we did see it in the Epicenter as well. So, maybe a thing that's on Tribe's radar. Of course, Meteor Hammer is a highly discussed item right now. We don't exactly know where it fits in the meta, minus Naga Siren. So yeah, it's interesting to think about.
There was one other hero that we were seeing it on a lot, Nyx. Nyx can come out of his Vendetta. Yeah, he what he'll do is he'll attack out of his Vendetta, impale, call the meteor, and then blow the rest of his load.
Yeah.
It's like it's a more utility dagger.
Apparition. Getting caught on body blocked up as well.
Body blocked. He's taking quite a lot of damage. A couple more shots. They even have the charge. Ancient Apparition goes down. First blood going over to the Purdue team this time around.
That was the Jakiro player from the last game, wasn't it?
I assume that is correct. But yeah, like, where Dagon is a pub build for Nyx, you know, because you get that extra damage to like blow people up. You can do the same thing with the Meteor Hammer, is it'll help you blow people up. But now it's also more flexible and contributes elsewhere.
Yeah, of course, you know, the reason why it's bad in pubs is because pub players have to still land Impale to get the Meteor Hammer. I've seen so many Nyxes get Dagon because they can't land Impale. It's like, now I got guaranteed damage.
Golgi, you've played with me on Nyx that was doing that. I guarantee it.
Top lane is going to be obviously the off lane pool here. Oh, look at that. There's a Shadow Fiend in the game. He's going to have dual lane. Or he's going to actually tri-lane for him.
Tri-lane, yeah. Charge coming in onto Invoker.
3 last hits right now for Shadow Fiend already. So souls are plenty for him.
So much attention focused on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's what happens with Shadow Fiend versus Invoker.
And it's also what happens when your ones aren't that good, right? That's something that we've talked about, is that you don't see a lot of bans or first picks on ones because they're not very great right now. And there's no point in investing a ton of resources. It just is not good.
Yeah.
Aimfire Cog is doing quite a bit of damage here in the bot. They are getting a homing missile out on the Sand King, and a Mango with a mission is here. He's got the shotguns on the Sand King. Now they're dropping the Rocket Barrage. Looked like it was splitting too much between Shani, but they're going to be fine now, charging forward onto Shani. Another Shackles up onto the Night Stalker. Shani going to get taken out. 2 kills going over to Purdue.
What a rotation here by the Spirit Breaker and the Shadow Shaman. Perfectly played, and the Gyrocopter loving those kills right now. And we're talking about how he was getting aggressed on there by the Night Stalker and the Sand King. So perfect timing for those heroes to come in and to help out because they're way too overextended. And once Gyrocopter picks up this phase boost, I think this thing is getting incredibly hard for the Sand King. Mid lane, there's gonna be a charge on the Chives. Level 2 charge.
It's gonna connect. Now here come the raises. Oh, Sunstrike coming in. Purdue, this is a different team this game.
Yeah. I mean, this is a price you pay for drafting such a kind of like a late game team, right? And the thing is, Ancient Apparition can't help much in lane either, so that's a big problem. Like, you drafted Invoker and then draft a Ancient Apparition, so what's Ancient Apparition going to do to help him?
Bro Strike, it's going to connect onto Aimfire Cog in the bottom, but yeah, he's too close to the tower. This is harassment. UMass, yeah, not looking like they're going to be able to accomplish too much with these lanes.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to lanes, they're going to be struggling.
Even Beastmaster having a grand old time against the DK.
Yeah. They're tight on last hits right now. Mid lane again, there's going to be a fight up on the charge, but no mana for charge for Easy Life. I'm assuming, yeah, his charge got cancelled by a Cold Snap. So Chives with that reaction to be able to get that going.
He did
Of
get
course,
a first
last
hit
time-
bash.
Yeah, he did get a bash, but not enough to follow up, obviously. So the last time, obviously, when the gang came to Chives, he came from the backlines, from the shadows. That's why Chives couldn't react with that Cold Snap. But if he ever does an obvious charge like that, just coming in like fresh from in the lane, then he'll be able to react with the Cold Snap every time. So they're looking for a gank here in the mid. They're waiting for 13 seconds here for the Knight to come down for Shani.
Five seconds. He is, of course, only level 2. It's kind of what we've you know, that roaming Night Stalker. He's not. Look at this. It hits Night, and Regulus gets back. Never mind. He's just getting Grubhub.
Oh, they scan. They know. Oh my god, this is so next level.
He's gonna drop the ward. It's just barely not seeing it, but
my
Shani
God.
now is gonna get found. They charge forward on the Shani eating raise 1, raise 2, another right click. Regulus.
No, that was a-
oh, man, they knew.
Yeah, that was a really good call by you. Like, Regulus backing up as soon as it hits nighttime, because they knew. Wow. And then the scan. Oh my god. That's actually one of the best scans I've seen ever. Not Zac in the bot lane getting charged up.
Charge up on the not Zac. They're gonna run through I Want a U on the way. Now Aimfire Cog is throwing out as much damage as he can, but oh, the Sunstrike is not gonna hit onto him. Now instead they're just gonna lose their Sand King. UMass not able to get onto the board today. I Want a U taking quite a lot of damage. Mango with a mission. There we go. Managed to get that kill. Are they gonna make it a 3-fer? I think they are. Homing Missile comes in and connects. 3 kills picked up by Purdue. UMass. This bot lane is not working. Cold feet
Man,
out
someone-
on Regulus. Here comes the Sunstrike. Boom!
Great catch. Man, someone need to give some kills over to Gyrocopter, because like all those kills were given over to support for
Supports.
Gyrocopter.
What's the
Not being able to land
Gyrocopter-
those last hits.
What's the score right now?
It's just 1-0-3.
1-3. No. He's
Yeah, it's
gonna
the
need
Shadow
more
Shaman took all the last hits with the 80 attack damage on him.
It's all the same to me.
So ridiculous, honestly, that hero has so much damage. And that's why he's still viable even after those nerfs. It's because, I mean, you drafted him because of that right click in lane.
Real quick, I just want to ask to our wonderful viewers, I've been trying to keep it a little bit muted, not shouting too much, but that was obviously a great
Shiny and
Sunstrike
Easy
that we
Life.
saw coming in. So when I get all shouty like that, let me know if it's too loud
Easy
and I
Life
need to
getting
do
stunned
my
up by the cold
compressor.
feet.
Yeah, he did. Oh no, really? He's gonna charge out of here. Not Zac. He's gonna burst
Oh.
straight forward. He doesn't catch him. He gets himself caught in the trees. But Ancient Apparition will close the distance and find him. Yeah, if
He's created.
when I shout, if it's too loud for the average volume, let me know.
I guess something you can do is, if you're too worried, I mean, to me, you don't sound that loud through my headset, but I guess something you can do, I heard some people do, is you kind of lean back away from your mic when you yell. Something that can,
That is the
do this.
low-tech approach.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. People do all the time.
Dragonite getting caught. They get the charge, they get the roar. They're channeling up that rocket barrage, and now another bat keeps him in place. That was his first dragon form use, and not able to do really much of anything with it.
Yeah. Purdue, really great tempo here. Mango with a mission, getting run down by Zac, but I think he's going to be okay.
Burst Strike will connect, but Zac, he doesn't have much else. Instead, he turns around on the Shackle, and now Beastmaster's going to be here. Throws some Wild Axes in. They've got the Ether Shock taking a ton of damage. Beastmaster, if he hits
Charge
another
coming out
with
as
another
well.
set of Wild Axes, I think he's in trouble.
Mango?
Sunstrike will catch the Shadow Shaman on the side. Oh my god, no way. Now, not Zac, he's going to Burrow Strike through and buy some time, but he's getting charged right now. Easy Life connects it through. There we go, Wild Axes. Beastmaster will go down because of it, and that puts Easy Life in a bad position. They already used the Void, though, so they won't be able to cancel the TP.
That Void, that was 1 second away from coming off TP as coming off cooldown rather, against that TP. So close. But yeah, Chives with these great Sunstrikes so far, letting him get back into the game right now. 3k net worth for him, ahead of the Regulus. So, catching up. It looks like he is going to go for the normal build here with the Midas.
I barely caught that Invoker Sunstrike. It was on Shadow Shaman as he was leaving this way, and he just made a prediction through it, and that happened to be where he was. Good predictions there.
There's a smoke into mid right now, but they get scanned up again. What are these scans, honestly?
Unbelievable. Now here they go, Shani and I want you try to go in,
Oh
but
my
everyone
God.
is waiting for them. Regulus gonna get him with the double rage. Now they're even getting a roar out of the Chives. Chives gonna have to make his way out of here. Drops the Sunstrike, but doesn't connect with anyone. Here comes the charge from Easy Life. And a final raise, cleaning it up for Regulus. Regulus is having the time of his freaking life.
Honestly, what are these scans? Have you seen scans used this well?
Now, I barely see scans used end of sentence.
Oh my god, that's 2 for 2. Big
Shackle's
team
coming
fights
out
because
under
oh now
Nightstalker.
Shackles.
Nightstalker TP deep into the trees, but he gets himself spotted. Purdue, they've got UMass's number this game.
Yeah, at this point, if I was like UMass, I'm like map hacks. They're definitely map hacking right now. Like that's crazy. How do they know every time? God damn. And well, it's because of the scans, not map hacks. Thank you, StarCraft. Top
Dragon
lane,
Knight's
of course.
pushed on the
Yeah.
top. Yep, in dragon form, trying to beat up that tower a little bit. Surprised he didn't, get a couple extra shots on his way out. Dragon Knights usually
Yeah.
aren't too shy about getting hit by the tower.
Because it's a damage over time on his ulti as well, so you can Q one more and then back off, and then while you're backed off, you'll do a lot of damage.
TPs come in, that'll force them off for now.
Looks like the chat says you're okay with your shouting. They don't mind.
Thank you, boys and girls, guys and gals, and non-binary pals.
Yeah, thank you to the ultimate pube.
What a name.
Looks like there might be even a Midas going out onto the Dragon Knight as well. They're really going for double Midas? Oh no, this might be armlet. Never mind. It's probably armlet. I hope it's an armlet.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they can handle a double Midas.
No, that would definitely not work out very well for their team. And his Dragon Knight, I mean, is that really one you want to get a Midas on?
He's not terrible with it. Because he can justify it because he's so strong in the early game that it doesn't affect him too much to get an early Midas. And then he does well with items as well in the late game. Because he lacks damage, so he needs to be 6 slots with damage, so
Yep.
he gets into that phase faster. Yeah, but I don't think it's a good item on Dragon Knight, obviously. But we've seen it happen.
Coming through, where is that? It's going deep
bot.
onto Shawnee. He's able to stop it up with the Void.
A lot of ways to stop charges this game.
I thought the
Dragon Tail
Void
as
didn't
well.
mini-stun during the day anymore.
Yeah, I think they changed that back because I've seen it happen twice this game already. He used it to stop shackles as well.
Okay. So
Maybe only it doesn't work against TPs. I think people are talking about that it doesn't work against
they
TPs.
know.
No, it says Void also mini stuns, uninterrupting channeling abilities.
They
still,
know that
so.
Beastmaster's up here. They caught him. They caught vision on him. Chives though,
Wow.
instead he was pinging the crap out of him. Instead, he's gonna hang out and get roared. Here comes the call down into Oh, Epicenter's getting channeled up right now by the Sand King. Sand King trying to chase down as much as he can onto the Beastmaster. And Aimfire Cog, a little bit more damage. There they go. It's going to cost them maybe the Dragonite. Dragonite goes into Dragon Form, so he's a little more survivable now. Burst Strike comes through. They're going to be able to get to the Shadow Shaman and the Shadow Fiend, the Shadow Brothers. Now, here comes the Ice Blast. Is it going to connect? Oh! It's on to one. It's just Easy Life. Easy Life, I think, should go down. He uses the Earnest Shadows on himself. Sunstrike not going to connect onto Regulus. Not Zach was sniffing out maybe another kill, but with both of them here, I don't think he's super confident because one shackle into some raises means that he dies without getting anything done.
You know what that was on Chives? I think that was bait. Him just standing there eating that roar because that went really well for them. 3-for-1 trade there. And great job by the Shadow Fiend dodging the Ice Blast. He played that really well. Or the projectile overhead can give you the debuffs and you know to kill them. So putting it very patiently, he dodged that.
Oh, chat is telling us that with those scans, at least on one of them, they saw them come in with the with an obs. We probably should have caught that. Shame on us.
No, well, I'm just gonna select scan. They still use a scan.
Scan
OP scan.
And map hacks.
Still, I think they use the scan much better than anyone else I've seen. Still,
Definitely.
with that knowledge. Ice Blast, top lane.
Radiant's
It's gonna pass through on Regulus, connect onto Gyro.
tower is under attack.
So it's gonna be a lane trade here. Bot lane getting pushed by Shani, with obviously Hunter of the Night
Beastmaster is
passive.
deep, looking for some tasty AA, which I think he might have seen. Didn't see him in the trees there. It is nighttime, so night vision. He won't have vision on that. They're still pushing the bottom tower, and the tier 2 is about to start taking some heat. TPs are available. Here it comes. Not Zach TPing in. Shawnee should be TPing shortly, I think. They're going to use the roar onto Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition is going to have the blast up right now. Beastmaster got cold feeded and ate the Sunstrike now in the back lane. He's already blown his load though, so he's not super important for the fight. Dragonite though did just pop his Dragon Form and is now getting shackled up down by the Wraith. Isn't able to accomplish really anything with that. Chives is going to use the Ghost Walk while Sand King is on the low ground, hexed up. Burrow Strike almost getting him out of there, but now a 3-for-1 trade. Serpent Hordes go down for Purdue, so Purdue takes down that tier 2 with a little bit of bonus.
Shani bot lane.
Gets the tower.
Get wrecked.
Gets the tower. I think he's happy getting the tower. They're already so behind, like these supports aren't worth too much.
Yeah. Of course, getting the last kill on the tower very worth it as well. Not getting denied him. He just takes a 200 gold for himself with that. So it is a fine trade for his life for the tower. But I think the biggest question is why wasn't he there for the team fight, right? You need your Night Stalker to fight for the night. Actually, no, it's because his TP was on cooldown. That is why. Yeah, you don't want to have your TP on cooldown when your team defending tier 2s. Unfortunately, as a Night Stalker. Push does not stop from this team. Purdue getting onto tier 2 again.
Ice Blast is coming in. Gonna connect on the Gyro, but it's... Oh no, it's not a bit of a zoning one. Shawnee is ready to try and face roll him. He will get targeted by a homing missile, which will connect, but it is enough to push Purdue out, or at least make them wary. Serpent Wards will be back up in 15 seconds. I think they're gonna do the same thing. Drop the wards on the tower and then go deep.
Yeah, they're waiting right now. This is a trap. They're not gonna back up. Oh, they get scanned out themselves as well. Scan being used by UMass side this time. Man, I'm loving this. Scan's becoming more and more relevant. Chives, of course, has that Midas up for himself. He's going to be farming towards Egg Hunter, but he is still quite behind. And his team needs to make the space for him. Smoke on the bot lane.
Homing missile used out on the Dragonite. He's hexed up. He doesn't have the Dragon Form out, so he's not super confident in fighting. They're going to find the Sand King before he's even able to get his epicenter going, or it won't be available if they can find it. The Requiem Yules right into Dragonite, completely detonates him. They get 2 kills there. Both of them will have ultimates if they choose to buy back. I doubt they will do it for this tier 2 tower. But it's
I think they might drop the wards high ground.
Yeah, they have no reason to stop pushing now.
Invoker can't fight, they know it. Invoker can't fight without his Aghanims. There it goes. They might lose at tier 3.
Immediately popping up the fortification, but they've got circuit wards here, and their entire team is backing them up. I think they can get more than just the tier 3 here as well.
And the flat cann's going out. Oh, smoke to be able to hide them away from the flat can.
That doesn't look like they're ready to fight. All right, they smoke in. Yep, the Dragon Knight is going to trap the Dragon Form. Now here comes an AA blast. It hits deep, but it passes through plenty. Getting a kill onto one now. The Nether Strike coming onto Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight taking a ton of damage. They get the shackles onto him once again. This is just not that tanky boy we're used to seeing him.
Yeah, too much magic damage here over on the other team, and that's the tier 3 taken. They did get the Gyrocopter with a really good Sunstrike in the middle of that team fight. I'm surprised Child was able to land that, because Gyrocopter was moving in random directions, but somehow the Sunstrike was able to find him, and he was at half life as well. So a very, very good pick there that I don't think would have usually been able to pick up. But of course, you know, we can't forget about the fact that the huge loss of the tier 3 and the Rax at 17 minutes in the game.
Yeah, Dragon Knight just, in all of these fights, he either is, you know, he just isn't able to get too much done with his Dragon Form.
Yeah, he's controlled and then killed every single time. It's because of Shackles. The Shackles have been like on full duration every single time Dragon Knight. And this all comes back to still that Chives and Invoker.
Oh no, Ancient Apparition is warding deep and gets found. And I can guarantee that they saw him drop this ward.
Yeah. So yeah, this all comes down to Invoker being a bad hero in the early game, right? Because Invoker, if he had the levels, he'll have the Tornado to be able to cancel that Shackles, save that Dragon Knight or something like that, right? So he can't have the Tornado online right now because of the fact that he can't cast that many spells because his Invoker is on a long cooldown. Because he needs to get the Egg Inceptor up.
He is getting to the point, he's getting to the point where he's going to be a bit more viable. Like, he can farm a lot faster, he's getting the levels up, but I guess the question is he going to be good enough in time to mitigate what they're losing as a trade-off?
Good question. Beastmaster might go down. Oh, the last hit by the Sunstrike. Chives. Well played.
Snatched. Yeah, the Sunstrike...
Oh, is your network still not up?
I noticed it a minute ago, but I changed it. Yes, that will be up for the guys on the stream shortly, but prior to me making the sentence, because, you know, that's how that works.
Oh yeah, that was a great Roshan snatch, of course not the Aegis snatch with the Sunstrike. I think that's like 150 gold per person. Is it 200 or 150? 150 gold.
Combination of both the Ice Blast and the Sunstrike coming in there.
Yeah, the Ice Blast giving him the vision, and Sunstrike getting the last hit.
Plus making it so that when that big burst of damage from the Sunstrike comes out, it doesn't have to be an exact amount. Well, it kind of does for the Ice Blast, but giving him a range that he can obviously do.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So that's the Egg Inceptor online now for Chives. And he will be able to be more useful with his spells. And Tornado being able to save the Dragon Knight, which is going to be very important in these fights. Final tier 2 stands, only 137 health right now, and UMass smartly is not going to defend it. They need to think about their high ground. Invoker pretty good at high ground defense, honestly.
Well, all the tier 2s are cleaned up here on the UMass side in favor of Purdue.
Yeah.
And Purdue, it looks like they're going to be ready to push at any moment. They've pretty much got the tools down.
They're playing smart as well. They're not going to go high ground immediately. They're going to clear out these shrines first. They don't want to get wrapped around on. And also take some free gold for their side.
Shadow Fiend's just farming up here a little bit. Did he just get something delivered out? Or who was that?
Dire's top
He's got very little monies, so I figured he just bought something out.
Sorry, who?
The Shadow Fiend. This isn't. Oh,
It's probably on the courier then.
The BKB? No, he's got nothing on the courier. I feel like the BKB isn't new, right? Or is it?
I think it's new. It has 10 seconds on it.
Pretty
As
fresh,
an
yeah.
introduction,
Okay, pretty
yeah.
fresh. It was the beginning.
It's mint condition, you might say. Have never been used.
Non-circulated for grading coins
Yeah.
here. Or currency.
So now looking to go into high ground, there's a double damage rune for the Shadow Fiend.
Oh,
Maybe
gosh,
4 duration
yeah.
left.
I was thinking he might take a
High
couple
ground.
shots, but they
On the
know
top.
not to be. Okay, there we go. They drop the Serpent Wards. They're going to try and close them up. Dragonite is in front trying to clean up those Serpent Wards. Instead, he's going to eat a Requiem Blast. And once again, he got about 3 seconds worth of Dragon time in there. Now they've got the Shackles out on the Sand King. Sand King taking the shot. Epicenter did get used up, but he wasn't able to get really much of anything done. They got the kill onto the Gyrocopter, but Tier 3 goes down, and the Purdue team backs up immediately. Dragonite had to buy back. Now he's gonna eat a
Oh no.
oh gosh, a roar. Eating raises as well. Everything happening. No, so dieback on the Dragonite. He shows straight back up. The Wild Axe is going in deep, almost taking out Shawnee. And this is gonna be what they need to clean up melee.
The blink.
Easy Life gonna charge forward onto Invoker. They catch him. Long range shackles on the Invoker. Not able to get the kill on him though. They find a kill onto the Spirit Breaker, and the Shadow Shaman they'll be able to catch as well. While the rest of the more important somewhat heroes retreat. No. Bro Strike onto Beastmaster. They want to get as much as they can right now. Beastmaster's just gonna try and fight. I think Sunstrike comes too late because Zach man modes him.
Well worth it there for Purdue being able to take another lane of racks, gets a buyback and a dieback onto that Dragon Knight. Man, Purdue's really pushing the pace here, and they know they can push the pace because of the Invoker. We keep on talking about him. This is a reason why he is failing in this current meta. He's a very strong hero in the late game, but late game does not really exist right now.
Yeah, and it's come significantly at the cost of the Dragonite. Dragonite has had a terrible game here.
Yeah.
He's in
Constantly getting
6th
blown
place
up.
of net worth, so even the position 4
Oh no.
on Purdue is
Spirit
above him.
Breaker. Yeah, that is pain. That's why he's melting and he has no items. He just has a armlet at 24 minutes. Yeah, not what you're looking for. Aegis was reclaimed. Of course, it wasn't used after Shadow Fiend was holding on to it, but he was alive the whole time. Gyrocopter was taken out early in the team fight, thanks to the Ice Blast plus Meatball combo. They're going to the mid right now.
Alright, they're gonna drop a Cyclone
Oh,
out.
no.
Chives, though, is all by himself. He's about to get collapsed on. They do not want him to go down
Call
like
him
this.
GG.
Buyback is available. Chives just calls the GG. A lot of questionable positioning from UMass this time around.
Yeah, like, man, I guess Invoker thought Gyrocopter was by himself, but that was a classic bait. They fell for literally the first page on how to bait a book of Dota. Have your carry up front clearing lanes with no
one else showing.
smoke. Everyone behind them with smoke, and Invoker saw the hook, bit it, and then got caught.
Yeah, that was start to finish. Purdue just had a leash on that game.
Yeah.
Very quickly into the game, I know it was 6-0 in the laning phase for kills. Purdue just rotating everywhere, getting ganks after ganks after ganks after ganks. The bot lane was an absolute disaster for UMass. Repeatedly turning over 2 to 3 kills at a time there. UMass just needs to play like they did in game 1, and get a draft that is ready to go faster. Yeah,
definitely not on the play side. There's definitely, I would say, on the draft side. Invoker just not a good hero right now, honestly. If you go Invoker, you need more early game, and Dragon Knight is tanky in the early game, but I would not necessarily call him, an early game dominator. He's someone that can push towers really easily if you have a team backing him up, and without that, that means Dragon Knight cannot get farmed because so much of his farm is dependent on being able to take those towers, and yeah, just didn't work out. And as I talked about earlier in the game, And Ancient Apparition, not a good hero for a late game draft either, because of the fact that he can't help you in the early game very much.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
all
have
about the
a
Ice
great
Blast.
lane presence outside of unless he's got an enabler to help like his team really utilize Chilling Touch extremely well.
Yeah, even then, you know, I think I would rather have like a Vengeful,
Yeah.
right? Just stronger. And Shawnee, for example, like Night Stalker, not a very good pick into a late game draft either because he can't help very much in lanes during daytime, right? When the game starts in daytime and he can't do anything. Even during nighttime, he doesn't want babysit Invoker. That's what Night Stalker is made to do. He wants to gank. So yeah, I feel like the Invoker last pick was very questionable and it did end up costing their game.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was game number 2. We're all tied up here in the Purdue versus UMass game. We will see you guys in a little bit.
Attention, I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.